Okay, today we're going to do a very quick tutorial on using the Blob Brush in Adobe Illustrator to create a silhouette. I have here a classic picture of Harriet Tubman. The Blob Brush is like the paintbrush, but instead of painting a line like the paintbrush does, so you got to change it automatically to a stroke. And if you click on it, it has a center line or vector down the middle that you can change, individual points on the vector and how it bends. The Blob Brush creates a filled shape. So if I just kind of like color in like you would with a crayon or something like that, you'll see that when I click on this, instead of having a line down the center, it's actually got a little hole in it. It has a vector line around the whole outside, which is more what we want, a shape, filled shape, than a whole bunch of stroked lines to create a silhouette. So we'll delete both of those or even leave them over there. That doesn't matter. Before I was trying to use the Blob Brush and having some trouble because it was using the basic brush. And when you use Blob with the basic brush, well, it won't change it now. It wasn't letting me change the size of the brush, and now it's just, it's not wanting me to use the basic brush, because don't use basic brush. Anyway, changing this away from basic brush, like the 15-point round or any one of the other brushes, kind of solves that problem. I like the 15-point round for what I'm doing now because it's nice and big, but also if I change the stroke of that 15-point round, it gets much bigger. And what I'm going to do to create this silhouette is just kind of cover the entire face and head and shoulders of my Harriet Tubman here. As I get closer to the edge, I can make the brush smaller, and so long as I am still using the Blob Brush, it'll add to it. When I'm done recording, I'll show you what I'm doing. Yeah, it's just hard for me to record and do it over my shoulder on the projector. So I'm just recording this on my screen, and then I'm going to show the class afterward. Now, this silhouette by itself doesn't look like Harriet Tubman, which is why I've told my students they need to add either highlights and shadows or the shoulder stuff doesn't matter as much. But if you get, like edge of nose, edge of face, all that sort of stuff. Let me bring this back up again. The edges around the shape of the face are really going to matter in making it look like your person. But you can still kind of tell, if you know this iconic Harriet Tubman imagery, tell this is her. You can also still change any one of the little vectors if you went a little bit outside of your area. If you needed to change something, you can look at this, switch it back, and get really detailed. Okay, moving in here, using your white direct selection arrow, you can get points here. A nice exercise in learning to control your vector lines. If it gets too complicated, you zoom way in and you're like, I don't want all that jiggity jaggedy mess nonsense in there. Underneath of your pen tool, you're going to find add and delete anchor point. Sometimes you just got to take extra anchor points out. It's too complicated, make it less complicated with one less anchor point. Smooth it out and get those lines by either moving your anchor points or your handles to more accurately follow the shape of your silhouette. Okay, so when you zoom out, you'll see that that's better following. I can clean that up and over here in some different places. But this is the idea, to just make a basic silhouette using that Blob Brush. And I can flip it from, should be able to flip it back. And then, there we go. There's my silhouette of Harriet Tubman. Okay, make it better from this. We'll add highlights and shadows or words or symbols to further emphasize who this is. Probably straighten out the bottom. That's it.